Chapter 9. Whatever you do, don't step foot in that room there. Coop and I had just emerged from the gym, and he pointed straight down the wide space between the wall and the girls' cubicles to the room on the other side of the building. I wiped sweat from my forehead with the back of my arm. The top floor was perfectly climate controlled, but Coop had given me a workout. I hadn't made it easy on him either. Both of us had gone full out for almost 2 hours. The only break was when we stopped to say, "No, we're not done with the gym," to a boy, Isaac I learned, and a girl, Kia. They were both at least a year older than me. Isaac's pale skin turned red under his freckles and his cropped blonde hair. He blasted off with a few rounds of his laser gun before stomping out of the gym. Kia, totally opposite looking from Isaac with her smooth dark skin and lots of hair spiraling down around her shoulders, retained her composure and lectured us for a few minutes about community property and the necessity of taking turns. We still didn't let her have the gym. I chugged my last gulps of water and let the plastic bottle slip out of my hand and thunk on the thick carpeting. According to Coop, our invisible maids would take care of it. Two of us quickly approached the room Coop had warned me against. What's so scary about it? They have taken it over. He wiggled his finger at the deserted girls' cubicle we walked past, turned it into a dance studio. Mirrors all over everything. And one of those ballet rails. You know, if they ever try to lure you in with the promise of a dance video tournament, run the other direction. It's not a game. They want to record you dancing with them, like partners. His shudder made the ends of his hair tremble. Hey, whoa. I held out my hand, preventing Coop from entering the hallway to the boys' bedrooms. Check it out. The sliding glass door to Reginald's cubicle stood open an inch. He's not in there anymore. Coop kept walking. We better hurry. We've only got 10 more minutes of light. I don't know about you, bro, but I hate changing clothes by flashlight. Hang on, I just want to look. Wow, Reginald had quite the setup. 3 monstrous monitors made a mini cubicle around the keyboards on the desk. I'm not messing with you. It's day one for you, so I know you haven't even thought about buying a light source yet. You don't know about the guards coming up and confiscating your lantern if you leave it on for more than a minute. You never had to feel your way through the room before. Personally, I like to see what's on my toothbrush before I stick it in my mouth. For some reason, Reginald's cubicle seemed extra dark already. I looked up. The glass ceiling was covered with blinds as well. Was the guy allergic to light or something? I'm coming. I ran to catch up with Coop. He was right. This was only my first day on the top floor. I'd had plenty of chances to get the scoop on this mysterious Reginald guy. I found Coop standing frozen outside the first door in the hall, his fingers to his lips. Dude, listen. Is that Reginald's room? It clicked. Reginald, first cubicle, first room. Me, fifth cubicle, fifth room. It only took me, 3 hours to figure out? They were going to drop kick me off the top floor if I didn't start catching on to things a lot faster around here. He's in there. Hitching a thumb, Coop tapped Reginald's door. A soft, constant metallic clanging noise made it through that heavy top-floor bedroom door. What's he doing, I asked. Beats me. Coop's wide, goofy smile wiggled around his face. I dare you. My eyebrows arched high. To find out whatever you need to know, man. He answers to all your questions. He made circles in the air in front of my face with his index finger. Slowly, he lowered the finger. Coop, what are you... No! He pressed the finger firmly against the neon green rectangle of light on the wall next to the doorknob. Before I could second my next breath, he zipped back through the door to the cubicle area and out of sight. Coop! I whispered my scream, knowing it wouldn't do any better if I bellowed it. One loud metallic clunk came from inside the room and then silence. I twisted to look way down the hall to my bedroom. Nope, I never make it. Follow Coop? Maybe I could make that. Heavy footsteps pounded toward the door. I glanced up, wondering where the security cameras were. What kind of punishment would a top floor get for doorbell ditching? Who is it? The voice coming from the door was very deep. This Reginald guy must be old. 16 or 17, maybe. I'm Matthew Dunstan. I'm new to the top floor, and I thought it'd be nice to meet everyone. Rolling my eyes, I shook my head in disgust at how wimpy and high-pitched my voice had come out. Oh, long pause. Hi. Silence. Awkward eternal silence. Isn't it a normal reaction for people to open the door when someone rings the bell? I may have been the newest newbie on the top floor, but I was getting the picture pretty darn clearly that Reginald was not your typical, normal person. Well, I guess I'll see you around, I said. No? How's it going, dude? Coop had sneaked back into the hall. No Reginald sighting, huh, yeah? I'm working on it, I whispered to him. So, Reginald, we were just wondering if you wanted to see this cool thing Coop has. Coop's eyes bugged out, and his mouth dropped open, forming the word, what? Well, think of something, I whispered. Can't, came Reginald's deep voice. Sure you can, I said. We still have a few minutes until lights out. Just open the door. Go away now. A few seconds later, the metallic clanking started up again. Coop and I kept our ears pressed to the door. Maybe he's building something, I said. Right, Coop deadpanned. He must have an anvil in there. You think he's making a suit of armor? 3 musical dings reverberated throughout the hallway, the 5-minute until lights out warning. We headed towards our room. No, wait, I said. I've got it. He's chipping away at the wall. He's trying to break out. Yeah, right. Coop's hair flopped around his head as he laughed. Like he'd want to do that. The door between Coop's and Isaac's opened, and Jeffrey poked his head into the hall. Hope you two best buddies had a great time. You couldn't come close to how much fun I had. I'm halfway finished with my Lego sculpture of an electron microscope. Oh, another delivery. He bent down and scooped up the 2 boxes that were sitting on the floor but outside his door and disappeared back inside his room. Time's almost up. Tomorrow, dude. Coop hustled into his own room. I made my way alone to the second to last door, my room. I'd only gotten as far as putting on my pajama bottoms before, just as Coop had warned me, all the lights in my room began to fade. I glanced at my watch. Yep, 10 o'clock on the dot. Coop was wrong about one thing. Brushing your teeth in the dark isn't so bad. My eyes popped open, and the clock on the nightstand told me it was just after 1 in the morning. The clock was neon green instead of red like the one at home. It took me a minute to remember where I was. I sprang out of bed. Shoot, I let it slip my mind. What time was it again? Too late for a live contact. I meant to try a call, if I could ever get a signal, or email my parents and Brennan and Lester before I went to bed. The top floor had a way of distracting you. Ouch! I stubbed my toe on the leg of one of the table chairs as I felt my way to the closet. Overcracking to make sure I cleared the rest of the table, I crashed into the sofa. Okay, slow down. The end of the sofa is... I slid my hands across the back of it until it dropped off. Here. So the closet is to my left, forward and at an angle. Nothing else there to trip over, if I remember right. I hadn't remembered I dumped my gym shoes outside the closet, and I stumbled over them. Forget groping around in the dark. Coop had to be wrong. There had to be a way to get light in the middle of the night. What if some kid got sick? I found the wall and slid my hand along it, looking for a light switch. There weren't any. Eventually, I made my way to the big walk-in closet. I found my jeans right off, underneath my sweaty gym clothes, since they were one of the few items of clothing in there, and I dumped them right in the middle of the floor. The other clothes I owned, my pajamas I ordered the night before, and the clothes I worn to the workhouse, had magically morphed from a dirty pile on the middle floor of my first floor into neatly washed iron and folded bundles I found sitting on the wide shelves of my top closet when I first arrived. Even my boxers have been ironed. Talk about freaky. Maybe consider throwing out my dirty underwear and ordering a new pair each day. My cell phone was easy enough to find in the front pocket of my jeans. Still no signal. Sheesh. You'd think this building was in the back of a cave or buried in 100 feet underground or something. The phone wouldn't have lasted long anyway, since I'd left the charger at home. It did put off enough of the glow to help me find my way to the computer sitting on the desk next to the door. The computer wouldn't turn on either. Shut down for the night like all the lights. Grumbling, I slumped back to bed where I tossed and turned for what seemed like hours. First thing in the morning, I shot off some emails to Brendan, Lester, Mom and Dad, Nana, wondering whatever had happened with the broken angle situation since the limit crisis sort of took over, and at the last minute, Lauren. It's a race, I said to them, even though they couldn't hear. Let's see which one of you is the first to write back. My bet was on Brennan. He lived on the computer almost as much as I did. No one won. Not a single person wrote back the next day, or the next. I received messages from Honey Lady, and I sent out more messages to my family and friends. By day 3, I knew there was a problem with the network or the programming or something. People on the outside might have gone a day or two without answering me, but 3? No way. I sent a message to Honey Lady. I'm not getting any email from outside the workhouse. I can't connect to any chat sites. What's the problem? She answered me later that evening. That is strange. No one else has complained about having troubles like this. Are you sure the problem is on our end? Some people just don't like to write. Either way, I'll have one of our tech people look into it. I wanted to blame the silence on the computer problem, but Honey Lady's response put an irritating grain of an idea into my brain. What if my family and friends really weren't writing to me? What if they were beginning to forget all about me and were going on with their lives like I didn't exist anymore? I could disappear in this workhouse, and no one outside would even care.